Just like that, the weekend's over, and just like that, it's November-like weather. We will see the upper 20s for nighttime lows, some good hard frost this week, and cold air that is going to not just us, but affect millions of Americans through pretty much the entire work week. Big cold front, big air mass behind it that is very cold. Did I say cold? And I'll update that for you in more detail in just a minute. It is a far-reaching cold front. Started over the weekend, blowing in, windy yesterday to say the least. A big pattern shift in the weather. Again, more details in just a few seconds, the likes of which I can tell you have us topping out in the low 50s. At least one, if not a couple of days in your forecast. A lot of news on the desk tonight. A lot on our community calendar, sadly in our obituary listings as well. But first, a quick update on a fatal house fire in Kentucky that happened Friday, where state police in Moorhead responded to a residence on Christie Creek, and it was there that a home was found engulfed in flames. After they put the fire out, they found a body inside, and it has since been identified as 62-year-old Stanley Irwin of Moorhead, who was pronounced dead at the scene. The cause of the fire was still yet to be determined, but under investigation by arson investigators. Heard this today, True Value, Chapter 11. The 75-year-old hardware store brand has filed for bankruptcy and is selling much of its operations to a longtime rival, Do It Best, the name of the company. If you're not familiar with them, I'll give you a little insight into them in just a second. It will continue, that being True Value, they say, day-to-day operations of selling hardware and other homeware tools to its nearly 4,500 independently operated locations during the bankruptcy process, which also includes about $153 million stalking horse bid from Do It Best. True Value says its stores will remain open because they are not part of the bankruptcy proceedings. Do It Best is a member-owned wholesaler that sells hardware, lumber, and other home goods to independent stores. So True Value stores remaining open, but where they're going to be getting their goods is going to change, as it looks as though that company will be Do It Best and no longer True Value. Police are still looking for this man with a known history of fleeing and evading police. They say he did it again, nearly injuring, or worse, at least one officer and possible other individuals, as he led authorities on a multi-county car chase in excess of 120 miles an hour in his pickup truck, which appears to maybe be the same pickup truck he ran from authorities and had a similar situation just a few months ago. More on that in a few seconds. But Prestonsburg police are confirming that this man, Kenneth Kyle Greer, led law enforcement on a high-speed, reckless pursuit in his truck, doing so night before last at around 11 o'clock. Pikeville police got multiple reports of his truck driving recklessly at an extreme high rate of speed on 23 in the south end of Pikeville, where Pikeville police officers located the vehicle doing just that, driving in excess of 100 miles an hour. The vehicle fled up 119, made a U-turn, and got back onto 119 and then 23, and then fled north toward Floyd County in excess of 120 miles an hour. And once in Floyd County, Pikeville PD officers terminated their chase but continued to look for the pickup, and they found it at the Stanville Cardinal Country Store, where police went in and saw security footage confirm that Greer was the one driving the vehicle when he came into the store, shouting at the clerk to hurry up, saying he was in a hurry and had to get out of there, then jumped back in and fled from police. By that time, Floyd County and Prestonsburg PD units had arrived, and they contacted the truck fleeing the gas station, nearly hitting one officer head-on as he drove onto 23. That officer was able to clearly see Greer behind the wheel of the truck. That's how close he got. As Greer continued north on 23 toward Allen, again, over 120 miles an hour, nearly striking another officer head-on, who also saw Greer through the windshield as the driver of the truck. Greer fleeing up Cow Creek into Endicott. He struck another motorist, still continued on till he got to the end of state maintenance and jumped out of his truck and fled on foot. His truck was recovered and impounded, but he has not been apprehended as of yet. Authorities also say that, as he has done in the past, Greer reported his truck stolen from the place that they chased him through after he left the Cardinal Country Store. In addition to several felony charges from this most recent stunt, which matched his previous flight a few months ago, Greer, of course, also has a count of falsely reporting an incident on the list of charges. Police say he has multiple warrants of arrest in his name. He was driving on a suspended license. He's also known to have a black new model 3500 dually Silverado with tinted windows and an older model Ram Power Wagon. They say don't approach him, but please call law enforcement immediately if you see him. Greer, well known to the law because it was just this past July when a Floyd County Sheriff's deputy was traveling on US 23 at about 65 miles per hour himself when Greer passed him at a high rate of speed in his 2021 Chevrolet Silverado pickup truck, possibly the same truck that they impounded last night. He did a traffic stop on the vehicle. 34-year-old Kenneth Kyle Greer was behind the wheel, and as the officer was getting out, he took off in his truck at a high rate of speed and actually nearly wrecked in front of a state police trooper who was conducting a separate traffic stop at another location. But Greer, they said, continued to flee authorities on US 23 toward Harold. His vehicle was later located in the driveway of an off-duty trooper, but he had fled on foot, but was located by authorities lying in the yard of a residence on 1428. He jumped up, ran, stole a side-by-side, and tried to flee authorities again. Was finally lodged on first-degree fleeing and evading charges, first-degree wanton endangerment, and other similar charges as to the ones he's wanted on now. I'll be right back. Experience over 30 years of exceptional, impeccable elegance and beauty at Seasons Florist, now in Salyersville. Offering the very freshest in floral designs, custom and in-stock wreaths, arrangements, gifts, and so much more that you'll have to visit to try to see it all. Plus, they have tuxedo rental, free delivery within the city limits of Salyersville, and you can even place orders after hours. Call anytime. Seasons Florist on Parkway Drive, 349-4000.
I love working in the coal mines, even though it was hard work. But if you suspect you have black lung, you can't work anymore. You'll find out that filing for benefits is hard too. I had friends who give up after years of trying. If it hadn't been for Big Sandy Healthcare, I wouldn't even try myself. If you think you have black lung, call Big Sandy Healthcare and get the help you deserve.
For whatever reason, if your working days are over, don't do anything before you meet Grover. Social Security, disability, SSI, work injuries, wear and tear, and hearing loss. 888-9-GROVER. Whether you've got a new ride and you want it to stand out in the crowd, or you want your current ride to look and feel like a new one, no one does lifts, wheels, and tires better than Conley's. Stop in now for spring tire specials, free quotes, and 0% financing, or log on to conleytire.net.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Central High School stands alone in providing the most college and career programs of study in one building throughout the entire state of Kentucky. This includes pathways in everything from the medical field to engineering, telemedia, welding, agriculture, and even aviation. And that's just to name a few of the 32 different choices. Work has also been started on a brand new state-of-the-art high school. So now is the time for your child to experience the power of opportunities in Johnson County schools.
Thanks to you, Fraser's Prater Drug has been voted #1 in customer satisfaction with Good Neighbor Pharmacies for the 7th year in a row. With curbside pickup for all of your prescription, allergy, or even multivitamin needs. Or come in and pull up a stool while you shop, or just visit downtown and treat yourself to something extra tasty or sweet. Where locally owned means a more personal, reliable, and friendly pharmacy. Fraser's Prater Drug. First, and most importantly, 911 service operations will not be interrupted during a move that's been a long time coming tomorrow. Johnson County Emergency Management Director Gary McClure announcing today that 911 is officially moving to its new location. The new location, the former Paintsville Tourism Welcome Center, there next to the Country Music Highway Museum, located on 40 there at 100 Stave Branch. During the relocation process, 911 services will remain fully operational. All 911 calls will be temporarily rerouted to Post 9 in Pikeville. And they say if you need any emergency assistance during this time, Post 9 will answer your 911 call, get your information, and make sure it gets to where it needs to go. As McClure says, they're very pleased to announce that the new radio communication system is fully installed and operational, ensuring there will be no delay in dispatching emergency services. Again, no service disruptions expected during their move. A lot to see and talk about in sports, a lot to see and hear about on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar, which comes first. Let's see. Let's start with a reminder that it's Pantry Week at the Water into Wine Food Pantry. Their last regular commodity day for the month is this Wednesday, and then Senior Commodity Day is this Thursday, and new fall and winter hours do apply, which means that they'll be distributing from 9 to 11 both days. Don't forget Halloween Town is open and will be gone before you know it, because so will October on the Gardner Farm. They're ready for you every night, 4 to 9, free as always. Just come by and enjoy the lights and some fun and maybe a few little frights. But it's very nice to see and very nice that we're having Ben Gardner and his family continue to do this for us again. I can't imagine all the hard work. And just as soon as Halloween's over, you know what's next. Candy Cane Lane's coming. With that said, beans and taters are on the menu tomorrow. The New Beginnings Christian Fellowship Church here in downtown Sagersville is selling dinners tomorrow, 11 till 2. Call 349-4142. They will deliver. And again, tomorrow's menu, soup, beans, fried taters, sauerkraut, wieners, cornbread, dessert, and a drink for just $10. Yeah, I said just $10. Remember, the Christian Youth Club at the McGoffin County High School is asking for you to graciously make any donations you can for flood relief. That will be taken first to the Rusall Fire Department and from there to those who need them in North Carolina and other parts of the area. Water, canned goods, self-opening lids, non-perishable food items, diapers, wipes, cleaning supplies, linens, pet food, bug spray, work gloves, cash donations can be made, and they will get that directly to them as well. You need to do so, if you can, by this Friday. That's the deadline. All items will be sent thereafter. You can drop off at the McGoffin County High School anytime during school hours this week. The McGoffin County Health Department's giving flu and COVID vaccines Monday through Thursday, 8 until 3, Fridays, 8 until noon. They accept most insurances, and if you have any questions, give them a call, 349-6212. This is for adults, by the way. Also, from the Health Department, Kentucky Moms Matter, a Mommy and I workshop, free for all ladies out there who are 60 days postpartum, and you can also bring a guest with you for expecting moms. They're going to have a lot of information, resources, prizes, gifts, a free maternity, a newborn photo, hosted at the Health Department. It's this week. It's this Thursday, 1 till 3. You can register, but please do so, RSVP, by calling 889-0328. You can also use that QR code on your screen. Big show coming up and a big cause. Check this lineup out. It is Coach for Kids' first live music concert this year. $10 to get in. Kids under 10 get in free. Terry Miller Band, Zoe Howard and Yellow Line, Eddie Jenkins and 606 Sound, Long Shot, the U-Pike Bluegrass Band, Nathan Coots, Ryder Bryant. That is a big show at the Syersville Grade School Saturday, November the 2nd. Doors open at 4:30. The show 5 till 10. Big show, great cause. I will be reminding you without a doubt. As I probably don't have to, but I'd like to every now and then, this is your reminder how to get announcements like birthdays and anniversaries too on the show. From there, we'll go to tonight's funeral service announcements. Services being held earlier today in McGoffin County for 99-year-old Opal Slusher Witt of New Lebanon, Ohio, formerly of McGoffin County. She passed away Thursday. She's survived by her son Philip Witt, daughters Judy Carol Witt Jones and Rhoda Pfister, Emma Sue Hayes, Bonnie Witt Dyer, Pauline Francis Thomas, 8 grandchildren, and 15 great-grandkids. In addition to her parents, Opal was preceded in death by her husband, Johnny Witt. Services again held earlier today. Services are to be announced for 58-year-old Edison Ray Porter of Syersville. He passed away Friday. Son of the late Edward and Mabel Porter, he's survived by his wife, Tony, son Adam Porter, brother Terry Porter, as well as sisters Sherry Hall and Glenda Porter Stacy, and 2 grandkids. Again, services to be announced by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Services are also pending at this hour for 76-year-old Kenny Danny Barker of Syersville. He passed away Saturday, the son of the late Forrest Barker and Mary Frances Whitaker. He's survived by his daughters, Crystal Shawn Ann Hall, Julie Irene Reisner, his brothers Bobby and Calvin Barker, his sister Priscilla Clark, sister-in-law Ruth Ann Barker, 5 grandkids and 2 great-grandchildren. He's preceded in death by his wife, Margaret Louise Cantrell. Again, services to be announced. Services have been set for this Wednesday for 84-year-old Clara Shepard Bailey of Syersville. She passed away Saturday at King's Daughters. The daughter of the late Chester Shepard and Sadie Krager Shepard Howard, she survived by her sons Johnny Ray Bailey, Homer and Randy Bailey, and Keith Bailey. Her daughters Wilma Lee Goebel, Sandy Wilson, her brothers Delbert Whitaker, Adam Wireman, and Jody Shepard, and several grandkids and great-grandchildren. Clara is preceded in death by her husband, Lee Bailey, a son-in-law Kenny Goebel, a brother Lloyd, 4 sisters as well, Hazel, Mabel, Maisie, and Looney. Services in her honor will start this Wednesday at 1 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Visitation will be tomorrow evening from 6 until 9. And sadly and tragically, her daughter will also have services held in her honor this week, passing away 2 days after her mother Clara is Lois Ann Bailey Minix, 67 of Syersville. She passed away earlier today at the UK Medical Center. Survived by her husband Greg Minix and family. Arrangements are incomplete at this time, but to be announced soon by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. And lastly, from Jones and Preston, 80-year-old Larry Eugene Blair of Sitka passed away Saturday, survived by his 3 daughters, brother, sister, 5 grandchildren, and 8 grandchildren. Services in his honor will start tomorrow at 2 from the Jones and Preston Funeral Home. Green Tree Forest Products wants to buy your timber. Our skilled log procurement team has 4 generations and 70 years of experience buying over 24 million feet of hardwoods every year, which means you'll get the most dollars out of your logs and timber by calling any of our 3 locations in Syersville, Moorhead, or Wallingford, Kentucky. In the Syersville and surrounding area, call 495-1198. Green Tree Forest Products.
There are several risk factors that may put a patient at risk for heart disease.
Especially people who have diabetes or hypertension or high cholesterol and have a family history of heart disease.
Neglecting to see a cardiologist can put you in trouble. You may develop problems that may not be reversible.
We see many people who do not have an actual diagnosis of a heart problem, but may be at risk of heart disease, and we do whatever we can to help mitigate that risk to help prevent disease in the future. ARH, more for Appalachia.
It's fall, and you can find it in all its warm, vibrant glory on the latest fashions, apparel, and accessories and home decor at the Seasonal Shop, where you can also embrace your inner claws as Christmas is hitting the shelves as we speak. Stop by anytime and pick out the perfect gift, birthday, wedding, baby, for anyone. And get cracking on those next level Christmas decorations at the seasonal shop in downtown Salyersville. East Kentucky's premier entertainment venue is here. Pick your game at Outlaw Axe Country in Paintsville. Axe throwing, bull riding, cornhole, billiards, a full arcade, inflatables, and more. And don't forget to cash out with prizes and mine for gems before you go. Open 7 days a week and built for fun for 1 to 100. That's Outlaw Axe Country on Broadway in Paintsville. And snack on one of your favorites, Carnival Cravings, while you're there. Call for more or to book a party at 372-4FUN. Pennies, and I mean pennies on the dollar in Paintsville. New items every week at Outlaw Bargain Pallet Store. Household goods, tools, toys, makeup, home decor, and so much more. And they're right by Outlaw Thrift and Consignment, the area's biggest and best consignment, full of new, nearly new, and gently loved kids and adult clothing, name brands, new styles, and most everything in the store is only $2. Shop and save it both on Main Street in Paintsville. A few scores to pass along to you tonight, and a few awards too as well. Let's start on the court, the volleyball court that is. Congratulations, big congratulations tonight to seniors Allie Rodriguez to your left, Avery Preston to your right. They both joined the 500-plus club in digs for Miss Allie and for assists for Miss Avery. And just, if you don't mind, some cool-looking plaques there. I know where you can get something that looks just like that here at Independent Signs. I'm sorry, shameless plug. Congratulations, ladies. Very, very well done. 500 digs and 500 assists, and I'm sure Coach and Mama there is certainly proud of both. And speaking of proud, I don't think there's much surprise to this announcement given the fact that they were the defending conference champions, and then you saw the highlights that I had for you last week as that big win put them into the conference championship, where Harold Whitaker football are EKMC champions again, the 7th and 8th grade team defending their title and coming back with a win. And now the conference and the state are not dependent on each other. Sometime I'll learn how that works. But now they are going on to focus on state play. In fact, our 5th and 6th grade team will play on the state level this Saturday, what I'm told. And then 7th and 8th graders here next Thursday at Hazard. I think they made it 2 rounds in the state level last year. And looking for them to carry right on. Listen, I'm not taking anything away from what these kids are doing in the football field now, but they're getting older and bigger, and high school can't wait for them. Congratulations, and we'll be following you around. And let me back up and punt. Sorry, I couldn't resist just a second and go back to the ladies and the volleyball team. They just came off of their win Friday night over Menifee, and they have 2 games left in the regular season, and they are both away. They are tonight at Jackson City, and they'll wrap up regular season play on Tuesday, tomorrow night, at Morgan County. So good luck wrapping up your season, girls, your regular season. That is. Now, football scores. High school, that is. Coach DeRosset and his Hornets were at home this past Friday night hosting Lawrence County, the Bulldogs. This was a district game, 21-48, 3 TDs, I believe it was, for the Hornets. Lawrence County, though, coming out on top by 48. This putting McGoffin County still with 1 win on the season, 1-4 in their class, and 0-3 in their district. They are hosting Estill County this Friday. No, they're off this Friday. They're hosting Estill County Friday the 25th, just like it says on your screen, at 7:30. And then Morgan County will be their last game of the season, and that is a road game for the Hornets. Johnson County, Golden Eagles rolled over Rowan. 48-6 final score this past Friday night. This was a home game for the Golden Eagles. Puts them at 6-2 on the season right now, 2-0 in their district. They've got 2 games left on the calendar, and that is one hosting Greenup this Friday night at 7:30, and then at Ashland Blazer, wrapping it up on the 25th. Johnson Central again 6-2, 2-0 in their district. Johnson Central takes us from there to the Paintsville Tiger program, where they fell hard, 0-41, and had some injuries this year and some struggles, and late in the season. 0-41 final score, 2-6 for the Tigers. They still have 2 games left, hosting Pikeville this Friday night. Then they host Pike Central on November the 1st, rather. Again, 2-6 for the Tigers. Rolling on over to the last high school team in the viewing area, Lawrence County and the Bulldogs. Just as I before mentioned, we're here in Montgomery County, 48-21, your final score Friday night. Bulldogs rolling on a 5-1 run, 2-1 in their class, and 2-1 in their district, and they're hosting Powell County. That's right, Bulldogs hosting Powell County this Friday night. Then they'll be at Boyd the next, and then at Mason thereafter, wrapping up their regular season. A massive cold front blowing in yesterday, opening the door for a big mass of cold air that's going to pretty much sweep from the north central U.S. and cross the eastern half of the United States today, as it has been, and it's going to put the chill on for a lot of us. Millions of Americans are going to be seeing the coldest air we have seen thus far. Very evident in your Licking Valley 7-day. I did top out at 67 degrees here in downtown Sagersville, but we've already fallen down to 54. It's gotten cold quick. Clouds have been increasing, and they're thick, and we will see. So your mums and your flowers out there are safe again tonight. After tonight, they are not, and that's a reminder to myself as well. 42 tonight, so we're going to be okay, but more clouds. We do have a 10% chance of some showers in the morning, like after 5 a.m., and then tomorrow we'll see about a 50% chance of some showers. No storms, but a 50% chance of showers, mainly after 7 or so. Mid-50s tomorrow, 55, 56 tomorrow if we're lucky. And then, like I said, tomorrow night's the first of a bunch of frosty ones. 31, that is below freezing. That means frost tomorrow night, wrapping up your Tuesday. A little patchy fog after 1, and then some patchy frost thereafter. Widespread frost, though, when you get up Wednesday morning, mainly before 9, as we see, again, that 31-degree low tomorrow night. Wednesday, we won't be as... I can't say warm. It's colder than tomorrow, and leave it at that. 53 degrees on your Wednesday. 29, that's comfortably below the freezing mark Wednesday night, so more frost, all under clear skies. Thursday, we're still in the 50s, but we're working on it, climbing out. 59 for your high, but still below freezing Thursday night. That means more sun, albeit in nice, clear, calm conditions, but frost again. Morning, noon, morning and night. We'll leave the noon part out. We're going to hang on to the frost for a little while, more of a patchy variety thereafter, because temperatures finally improve some, and we get out of the 50s by the end of your week and actually struggle, maybe hit the 70s for your weekend. Friday, 66 for your high, 35 for your low. Sunny, yes, some frost on your Friday, of course, and then we'll see frosty conditions start to wane. Finally, Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be right around 70, 71 nighttime lows, 38 Saturday, 41 Sunday. Monday of next week, I think we're still going to be in the low 40s, so your plants will be safe to set back out, at least I think for a little while, and we'll see, hopefully, that trend continue. That's it. It's just Monday, so we'll see you back here tomorrow for our next edition. Good night, stay warm, and thank you for watching.